config and work.
Okay, and NTD for you, knowing the CCSE won't see any impacts, and it's the way to...
NTD Milo 212.
Go ahead, Milo.
NTD.
All personnel or all orbiter systems verify program software, report only if any discrepancies. Go ahead, GNC.
Step 2020.
PVD OTC.
PVD.
Yes, the closeout crew is cleared. You've got to go to reposition vent doors.
OTC, CGLS on...
And attention all personnel.
ECLO.
OTC DPS?
NTD Milo 212.
Go ahead, Milo.
Our datacom switch is hung up and we need to reset software.
All right, Milo, can you repeat what you have there in the SPE? Are you with us? And CCSE, I guess, if you're listening as well. Milo, what did you see you had?
Our datacom switch has hung up and we need to reset the software.
Okay, what will be the impact of resetting that software?
No connections lost. Will allow us to make connections when the loss.
Okay, is this an action that needs to be taken immediately, or can we stop and talk about it for a minute?
It's NTD to Smile. It's going to take a couple of minutes for the reset. The reason we need to do it is if right now we're okay as long as we don't have to make any switch changes, but if we lose a line or something happens, we lose a blocker, we won't be able to make any changes on the hand, on the fly to recover without doing this reset. You have to do it.
Okay, and CCSE, any input on this?
No, we don't have any concerns at this time. And NTDSP?
Go ahead, SP.
What's the experience from Milo's side of having the datacom switch hang up and working this procedure to reconnect it?
We've seen this before, and the reset normally clears it all the time.
Okay, and NTD for you, knowing the CCSE won't see any impacts, and it's the way to establish the COM configuration in case I got to go change something. You have my concurrence if you're okay with it, Jeff, to allow the Milo guys to reconnect and see if that's successful.
Yeah, based on what I'm hearing here, I'm go with that as well. Milo, go ahead and make that change and let us know when you get that.
Copy that, sir. Thank you.
NTD SRO 212.
Go SRO.
KC radar 19.39, partially operational. The skin track time has been reduced from 440 seconds to 290. We have removed radar 19.79 as an additional mandatory range status is go.
Excellent, thank you. OTC, BFS stops 1 is complete.
Copy, BFS stops 1 complete. PLT, OTC, perform horizontal sit config per your checklist.
Horizontal sit config and work.
And CDR, OTC, configure contingency abort yaw steer per your checklist.
That's in work.
NTD Milo 212.
NTD CFS. Go ahead.
I can give you 1049.
Copy 1049. And Houston flight, NTD ready for 1050. Perform BFS pre-flight uplink loading.
NTD Houston flight, I copy, and we will put the BFS pre-flight uplink load in work.
OTC PLT horizontal sit config and config contingency abort yaw steer complete.
Copy that. And PLT, you've got to go for MPS helium reconfig per your checklist.
That's in work.
NTD Launch Director 212.
Yes, sir, go ahead.
Yeah, how's your constraints list look?
NTD Milo 212.
And Launch Director, we'll check on that, and I'll get right back to you.
Copy.
Mila, NTD?
Yes, DATACOM switch has been reset, and we're nominal at this time.
All right, very good. And CCSEU copy?
Yeah, CCSE copies, and we saw no impact from that fix.
Excellent. And SPEU copy as well?
SB copies.
And Mila, you were good to go through launch in this configuration?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. And Launch Director, NTD?
Yes, sir.
We still do have 4 open constraints that are all paper at this time that are being worked by our engineering folks in the back of the room to get those off the constraints list.
Okay, so no worries, right?
No worries.
Thank you.
OTC, PLT, MPS helium ring config complete.
Copy that. Thank you.
OTC, EPD.
Go ahead, EPD.
Like a kickoff for 1072.
You've got to go on 1072 FCP.
FCP copies. Copy and work. And NTDSP.
Go ahead.
Leslie, just to let you know, I did just talk to CMQC. All 4 of the constraints that are currently shown on the constraints list are with CMQC for closure. They're doing a final review, and I expect them to come off the constraints list momentarily.
Great, thank you.
All personnel discontinue all non-mandatory LDV traffic for the remainder of the count.
NTD Houston flight on 212.
Go ahead, flight.
BFS pre-flight uplink load is complete.
Copy, thank you. CVFS, you copy 1051?
BFS copies.
And for all personnel, we're going to hold at 9 in about 50 seconds or so.
And NTDSP is with you, sir.
Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you were looking for me.
Yes, sir.
And NTDSP.
Go ahead, SP.
Hey, Jeff, one quick update for you. Item 192 for our LOX pump switch is still with the engineering guys for disposition. Pete and the folks are working on it momentarily, and CMQC is aware it's on its way to them.
All right, very good. Thanks for the update.
Yes, sir.
Attention all personnel. Our countdown clock is at T-minus 9 minutes in holding. Duration of our hold will be 41 minutes and 13 seconds based on our window open time.
NTD, CVFS.
Go ahead.
I give you 1084.
Copy 1084, and OTC 1084 for you as well.
Copy. NTD OTC.
Go ahead.
Can I get 1088?
Affirmative, I'll give you 1088.
Copy that. CMPS, CLOX, and CLHY, OTC?
MPS. CLOX, CLHY.
Yes, step 1088, perform depletion sensor, simulated command removal, and final checkout.
All right, copy. CLHY copies.
CLOX copies.
OTC, CDI.
Go ahead, CDI.
I would like to brighten our displays a little bit if that's okay with you.
Fine.
OTC, CDI, we're complete.
Copy that, thank you.
NTD safety.
Good safety?
Yes, sir. Did we get 1064 yet?
Not yet, sir. It's forthcoming.
Okay, standing by.
Security Console, NTD, you were calling?
NTD Launch Director 212.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yeah, Jeff, I'd like you to set up and launch at the preferred time today.
All right, copy that. We'll put that into work.
Thank you.
PAC Console and Safety Console, NTD, step 1064. Our closeout cruise back at AB11.
PAC copies.
And safety copies.
Safety will be looking for 1065 from you, please.
Okay, with that I can give you 1065.
Copy, thank you. And STM, NTD?
STM.
Okay, we can go ahead and terminate video tracking and closeout crew 1066 and deactivate PAD OISD 1067.
Copy and work.
And SRO, NTD, our KSC area is clear for launch at this time.
SRO copies on step 1069.
Houston Flight, NTD on 212.
NTD Houston Flight on 212, go ahead.
Okay, any updates to our launch window and or LOX strainback hold times today?
No updates.
All right, very good. And let's see, OTC, TBC, PTC, LPS, MILA, STM, Safety, SPE, LRD, SRO, CDR, and CGLS. We have our final launch window has been selected, and we are going with our preferred time, and that does move our launch window T0 time to 15:26:46 GMT, and that window will close at the same 15:31:19 GMT with a window length of 4 minutes and 33 seconds. Our LOX strainback hold time is now 3 minutes and 16:16 seconds based on performance, and that will give us a T-9 resume of 15:17:46.
TLS copies.
Thank you, GLS. And let's see, OTC, you copy?
OTC copy.
TBC?
TBC copies.
PTC?
PTC copies.
And LPS?
LPS copies.
MILA?
MILA copies.
STM?
STM copies.
Safety Console?
Safe copy.
SPE?
SPE copies.
LRD?
LRD copies.
SRO?
SRO copies.
And CDR?
CDR copies.
Thank you all. And with that, CGLS, go ahead and set the countdown clock to resume at 15:17:46.
Yes, sir. 15:17:46. That's complete.
And CGLS, you did say 151746, correct?
151746.
Okay, very good. Thanks. And GOIS NTD, can you give us our camera support for launch on 1097?
Yes, our ground cameras are ready to support, and I'm ready for the fill-ins if you are.
Ready to copy.
Long range north, 8. Long range south, 8. Medium range north, 6. Medium range south, 6. Medium range west, 6. And short range R6.
All right, and I copy all. Thank you. And Launch Director NTD?
Yes, sir.
Step 1099, our ground camera system is verified, ready to support launch at this time.
Copy that. Thank you.
NTD STM.
Go STM.
Step 1079. OISD deactivated as PAD.
I copy. Thanks.
OTC MPS.
Go ahead, MPS.
Yes, step 1115 is complete and acceptable, and on 1116 we'll take a not perform.
1116 not performed. Thank you.
And NTD copies all. Houston Flight, NTD on 212.
NTD Houston Flight, go ahead.
Okay, will our PASS and BFS launch target uplinks be required today? Steps 1101.
Both of those are not required.
All right, excellent. Thank you.
OTC CHQD.
What HQD?
I have some fill-in for step 935.
935, okay.
On page 1198, when you're ready.
Go ahead.
The op number is 80, run number is 1, and the log number is LCC4-062711-011.
Copy that, thank you. CMQC, OTC.
Go ahead.
1013 through 1016 will be not performed for the note at the header. I didn't tell you that already?
Copy.
CCME, OTC.
CCME.
Steps 1077, 1078.
Complete.
Did you do 1078?
1078 was not performed.
Not performed, thank you. DPS, OTC.
DPS.
Step 1085, 1086. Were those not performed?
That's affirmed.
Okay, and 1087 is complete?
1087 is complete.
Thank you.
NTD SRO on 212.
Go SRO.
Range is go for countdown resumption and the T0 of 152646. Range status is go for launch.
Excellent, thank you.
CGLS, OTC.
Yes, ma'am, go ahead.
Step 1095, 1096.
Stand by, please. Yes, ma'am, and the fill-in for 1096 is 4 minutes and 55 seconds.
4 minutes, 55 seconds, copy. QC copy?
QC copy. OTC, CHQD.
At HGD.
I can give you step 1142. Our confidence checks are complete.
Copy 1142. TVD, OTC.
TVD.
Are we going to have to do step 1123?
That'll be not performed today.
Not performed, thank you.
OTC CPVD.
Go ahead, PVD.
Okay, I can also give you step 1126, payload bay purge flow rate set for launch.
Copy that, thank you.
And NTDSP.
Go SPE.
Did you have the CMQC here with us?
CMQC?
That's firm. CMQC is here.
Okay, Jeff, one last lot on the constraints listed is for our LOX pump. The guys are struggling a little bit inside of IPRACA in order to get the dispositions and signatures in there. We are going to hand sign it back here, and then we will take that back to CMQC, and what I'd like to do is have CMQC remove that wad from the constraints list once it is delivered to him. Technically, we are okay to go fly, and that ought to be sufficient to get that last constraint removed from the constraints list.
Okay, CMQC, you copy and concur?
Copy and concur.
Okay, and also SPE, if we, for some reason we can't get that this full hand done, we can still do it over the net here if we need to.
Understood, but we just hand signed it, so it's on its way back to CMQC.
Okay, excellent, excellent. All right.
Okay, and I appreciate that, and thanks CMQC for your support as well.
Oh, not a problem, sir.
And attention all personnel, we have 16 minutes of hold time remaining here at T-minus 9 minutes. We're tracking no technical constraints, one paper item that we're looking to remove from our constraints list as we continue to watch our weather approaching our launch time.
TLT, OTC, clear hardware, caution warning memory, and verify no unexpected errors.
TLT, that's in work. OTC, TLT, clear caution, hardware memory complete.
Copy that.
Entity Launch Director 212.
Go ahead, Launch Director.
Yeah, two things. Jeff, how's your constraints list? Are you clear?
CMQC NTD?
Yes, sir. We still show one in the system, but we have cleared it on the net, so we are good with that. We are still just waiting for it to clear through TAIR.
Okay, and Launch Director?
But that's the only thing we have.
Yeah, we're clear of all our constraints. There is still one on the list that they're just waiting for the paperwork to finalize removing it from the list.
Okay, copy that. And from a weather perspective, we're going to be go for launch weather unless something pops up in the meantime. Flight Director's still working RTLS, and we'll be working that probably late into the window. And so I'd encourage you to get all your work done and do your poll on time. And if we have an exception with flight, we can come back and catch him later.
Understood, and we'll work that.
Thank you.
CMQC, OTC.
Go ahead.
Yeah, send somebody over to 145 standby with Op 38 for the recorder activation, please.
Somebody should be standing by, ma'am.
Thank you.
CISL, JRPS, and Houston Flight. Perform the L-15 recorder activation, ISL.
ISL copy.
JRPS.
JRPS copies.
And Houston Flight.
Houston Flight copies.
TLT, OTC.
Go ahead.
Channel R1, payload aux, switch on.
That's in work.
And MS1, OTC.
MS1, go ahead.
Activate the V10 recorder.
And that's in work. Payload aux is on OTC.
Copy.
And attention all personnel, this is the NTD conducting the launch status check. Verify ready to resume count and go for launch. OTC.
OTC is go.
TBC.
Tank and booster go.
PTC.
PTC is go.
LPS.
LPS is go.
Houston Flight.
Houston Flight, if you pull me at the end, I would appreciate it. Stand by.
Yes, sir, we'll pull you later. Mila.
Milo's go.
STM.
STM is go.
Safety console.
Safety console is go.
SPE.
SP is go.
LRD.
LRD is go.
SRO.
SROs go. You have a range clear to launch.
And CDR.
CDR is go.
And Launch Director NTD, our launch team is ready to proceed with the exception of Flight, who still needs a little bit more time to make his evaluations on RTLS weather.
I copy that. I'll do my poll at this time. KSC Chief Processing Engineer, verify no constraints to launch.
No constraints.
Thank you, Steve. KSC Safety and Mission Assurance.
Safety and Mission Assurance is go, Mike.
Thank you, Terry. Payload Launch Manager.
Hey, Mike, on behalf of the ISS ground processing team, I want to say thanks to you and the shuttle team. It's been a great partnership, and we are go.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Range weather.
Launch weather has no constraints for launch.
Thank you, Kathy. Atlantis Flow Director.
On behalf of the Atlantis and KSC Shuttle Processing Team, we are go.
Thank you, Angie. Ops Manager.
See, Mike, waiting to get final go from flight here. Let's hear what he says, and we'll get back to you.
Copy that. Atlantis Launch Director, Air to Ground 1.
Atlantis, go.
Okay, Fergie, we're starting to feel pretty good down here on the ground about this one today, so on behalf of the greatest team in the world, good luck to you and your crew on the final flight of this true American icon. And so for the final time, Fergie, Doug, Sandy, and Rex, good luck, Godspeed, and have a little fun up there.
Hey, thanks to you and your team, Mike. Until the very end, you all made it look easy. The shuttle's always going to be a reflection of what a great nation can do when it dares to be bold and commits to follow through. We're not ending the journey today, Mike. We're completing a chapter of a journey that will never end. You and the thousands of men and women who gave their hearts, souls, and their lives for the cause of exploration have rewritten history. Let's light this fire one more time, Mike, and witness this great nation at its best. The crew of Atlantis is ready for launch.
Thank you, sir. We'll get you going here in a couple of minutes.
NTD, Houston flight on 212.
Go ahead, flight.
For the record, I'm go.
NTD copies, and Launch Director, that is our entire launch team, we are ready to proceed at this time.
I copy that. Ops Manager. Ops Manager.
Launch Director, Ops Manager on 212.
Yes, sir.
So you discussed it with the MMT and the Flight Director. We are going to take a waiver to the RTLS forecast no-go based on the potential that there would be light precip if we ended up in an RTLS. They've looked at that. Chances of thunder showers are very low, and they believe that's an acceptable risk. We have plenty of energy. We only need one end of the runway on the RTLS. I think we got some sound rationale here to take that waiver on the RTLS forecast being no-go. So with that, we are clear, no working, no issues. You're go to launch.
Okay, thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. And Fergie, you heard those words, so we'll get you going here shortly. Good luck, guys.
Fantastic news. Thanks, Mike.
NTD, with that, you are clear to launch Atlantis.
I copy that, sir. Thank you. And for our entire test team, we have 1 minute and 15 seconds of hold time remaining here at T-minus 9 minutes before we will pick up the clock. And we do have a clear to pick up the clock at 9.
NTD ISL.
Go ISL.
Motor activation complete.
Copy, thank you.
The countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark.
T-minus 9 minutes and counting.
TLS auto sequence has been initiated.
TLT, OTC, connect essential buses to fuel cells per your checklist.
TLT inlet. OTC, TLT, that's complete.
Copy.
TLS is go for orbital access arm retract.
Atlantis, this is OTC. This day has been over 30 years in the making. There have been many fabulous missions throughout the years. On behalf of KSC launch teams, past and present, we salute the entire astronaut corps for their dedication, not only for our expanded knowledge of the universe, but for the improvement you have contributed to on Earth. Have an excellent mission and Godspeed.
Fantastic words, Roberta. Thank you very much. Great to your team. Thank you, sir.
JRPS OTC, start APU display recorders.
This JRPS recorders are running.
PLT OTC, perform APU pre-start.
Pre-start work. OTC, PLT, 3 gray talkback.
Copy, 3 gray talkback.
TLS is go for orbiter APU start.
PLT OTC, perform APU start.
And what?
CDR OTC, reconfigure heaters.
That's in work. OTC, PLT, 3 good APUs.
Copy, 3 good APUs.
TLS is go for purge sequence 4. TLS is go for ET LO2 pressurization.
PLT OTC, clear caution warning memory, verify no unexpected errors.
That's in work. OTC, PLT, no unexpected errors.
Copy that. Flight crew OTC, close and lock your visors and initiate O2 flow.
That's in work.
TLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
One minute, 30 seconds. One minute.
Clock will hold at T-minus 31 seconds due to a failure.
All right.
We had a problem on the GOX retract switches.
NNTD-SP.
Go ahead.
Yes, sir. We need guys to go do the verification per the LCC, please.
All right, CMAC.
Yes, CMAC. The LCC says we need to verify using a camera, and we're positioning camera 62 right now.
Okay, let us know as soon as 62 is swung over and you can verify LCC for GVA retract, please.
And all personnel, we're holding here at 31 seconds while we get a verification that the GVA has fully retracted per our pre-plan.
This is CMAC. We verify retracted.
Okay, and you can verify that it is fully retracted per the instructions that we developed, correct?
That's correct.
All right, and SPE?
NNTD, SPE concurs. They satisfy the requirements of GSC-13 pre-plan contingency. I'm go.
Okay, I copy. And launch director?
Yes, sir. I heard all that and concur. Press on.
All right, very good.
NNTD-SP.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. I need concurrence to GLS and mass to clear the hold, please.
Very good. And GLS, you have concurrence. Go.
Copy that. It's in work.
Thank you. Let us know when that's complete.
NTD, we have it in work.
All right, guidance.
And just a reminder for folks, our watch turn back hold time is 3 minutes and 16 seconds.
NTD, CTLS on 212. We're ready to go.
All right, very good. And launch director, with that cleanup, we're going to go ahead and proceed.
Yes, sir. Please do.
All right. And all personnel, we are going to pick up the clock here momentarily. And GLS, you can resume the clock on your mark.
Copy that. Countdown clock will resume on my mark. 3, 2, 1, mark. GLS says go for auto sequence start.
25 seconds. 20. 15. 10 seconds.
GLS says go for main engine start.
Program, Houston.
Roger, roll, Atlantis. Atlantis, go at throttle up, no action, DPDT.
Go with throttle up, no action on DPDT.
Yeah, Atlantis, we think it's cabin stretch.
We concur, thank you.
Atlantis, 2 engine towel.
2 engine towel.
As you know, Atlantis, it was a single pane day, so in the event of contingency, you're in plane plus 230 on the ECAL page. No COM VIs when you're ready to copy.
Okay, in plane plus 230, go ahead.
Press to ATO, 10.8. Press to MECO, 14.7.
Press to ATO, 10.8. Press to MECO, 14.7.
That's a good read back, Atlantis. Atlantis, negative return.
Negative return.
Atlantis, press to ATO.
Press to ATO.
Atlantis, single engine, ops 3.
Single engine, ops 3.
Atlantis, single engine, Zaragoza, 104.
Single engine, Zaragoza, 104.
Atlantis, press to MECO.
Press to MECO.
Chunky, your shutdown plan is nominal. Fergie, go the plus X, go the pitch.
Nominal shutdown plan, go for the plus X, go for the pitch.
Atlantis, single engine press, 104.
Single engine press, 104.
Atlantis, we did see a nominal MECO. OHMS 1 is not required. Your preliminary OHMS 2 TIG, 37 minutes.
37 minutes, no OHMS 1 required, thanks. Houston, Atlantis, you ready for MPS TBC ISO?
That's affirmative, Chunky. We are ready. Chunky, also, after you get those closed, we'll be ready for APU hide shutdown. On 3-4, the only delta is tail-only control is not required. And when you get ready for Ops 105, we are ready as well.
We'll copy all. APU hide shutdown. 3-4, except tail-only control not required, and we're ready for 105.
That's a good readback. Atlantis, we see your onboard TIG of 37:45. We like that, and no deltas to 3-6 or 3-7.
Okay, we copy. No deltas to 3-6 or 3-7. We'll put 3-5 and subsequent in work.
Thanks, Atlantis. We're watching.
Just to tag up with you, we show ourselves complete through the MPS power down, just waiting on your go when the time comes.
Okay, we are ready for MPS power down when on time, and if you could check the MPS pneumatic helium isol to GPC, that should get them.
Okay, pneumatic helium isol to GPC. Thanks for the check. Houston, Atlantis, MPS power down is complete, and with that, we would like to thank the Pratt & Whitney Rocketdyne team and the SSME team for their flawless performance over this 30-year shuttle flight history. 135 flights. It's a 7,000-pound engine that puts out 1.5 million pounds of thrust, and they pitch the equivalent of a perfect game every flight. From everyone who's ridden on these rockets, we thank you.
We concur with that assessment, Atlantis. Good and pertinent and true words.
We're putting ET umbilical door closure in work, Butch. Hey, Houston, we're ready for the maneuver if you are.
Hey, affirmative, Atlantis, we are ready.
Houston, we think we're in a good config for the burn.
That's affirmative, Atlantis. We show you in a good config for the OHMS 2 burn. We see a good burn, Atlantis. No further trim is required. We'll meet you in the Postdomes 2 tab.
Copy and concur. Thanks, Houston. That was us, Houston.
No problem, Atlantis.
Here comes the gimbal checks, Houston.
We are watching. And Chunky, no deltas to your post-burn reconfig.
Copy, no delta. Houston, through on page 5-2, ready for 106 on 5-3 if you're ready.
Affirmative, we are ready for 106, Fergie.
Houston, com check from the mid-deck. How do you copy?
Sandy, we have you loud and clear. How us?
Very good. I have you loud and clear as well.
Yeah, it's good talking to you, Sandy.
Hey, Houston, we show ourselves complete with the ascent checklist. If you agree, we'll meet you in post-insertion.
We do agree with that, Atlantis. And while I got you, Fergie, if you'd like to set up a timer for your NC1 TIG, it's at 3:39.
3 hours, 39 minutes. We appreciate that. Thanks.
You bet.
Hey, Houston, we're ready for block 1. Any deltas?
Good question, Fergie. There are no deltas. As you recall, though, we will be going single G2.
Absolutely. Single G2, no deltas, and here we go.
We are watching.
Houston, in step 1, if you like the INBAT, we'll give you the Ops 106.
Yes, we do like your INBAT, Atlantis.
Block 3 in work, Houston.
With you in Block 3, Atlantis.
Hey, Houston, in step 4, if you like the INBAT, we've double-checked it. We like it. We're ready for Ops 201.
We do like the INBAT and are ready for Ops 201.
Hey, Houston, Block 1, Step 6, we double-checked that INBAT as well. We're ready for SM Ops 201.
Ready for that, Atlantis. Thanks for the heads up.
Houston, Block 2 complete.
Block 2 complete. Thank you.
Houston,
Houston, Atlantis, ComCheck, flight check, hang on, Mike.
We have you loud and clear, Rex. It's good to hear your voice.
Great to hear you, Butch. It's great to be back in space.
No doubt. Hey, while I've got you real quick, I have no deltas to your payload bay door opening attitude.
Okay, copy, Butch, thanks.
Yeah, that's on 1-5 when you get there.
Houston, step 10, ready for the log resets.
Affirmative, we will take that, Atlantis.
Hey, Houston, we think we're done with Block 1.
Copy, we agree, done with Block 1.
Hey, Houston, if you like the attitude we loaded, we'll give you the maneuver.
Ready for the maneuver.
Houston, Block 7 in work.
With you in Block 7.
Houston, Block 5 in work.
We copy. Atlantis, you are go for payload bay door opening.
Awesome news, Houston. Thanks. Go for payload bay doors. Hey, Houston, how long to Estill?
Yeah, just shy of 16 minutes.
Great news, thanks.
And Atlantis, we assured that you probably know this, but just to make sure we're tagged up, you will be auto mode on the payload bay door opening.
Auto mode on the doors, thank you. Hey, you have sync config?
That is affirmative, Atlantis.
Copy. Hey, Houston, we see Block 3 complete. If you could back us up if we missed anything.
Okay, we'll take a look. Atlantis, Block 3 does look good to us. Nice work.
Block 5 complete, Houston.
We copy. Block 5 complete. Thanks for keeping us tied in.
And Block 4's in work.
4 in work.
Hey, we'll plan to go open on the doors at, let me see, an MET of about 1:31. Does that sound about right, Houston?
That's affirmative. 131 will be right at the beginning of the Estill window.
Hey, Houston, Block 6 is complete, and we'll pick up with the open command for the doors about 31 minutes after.
Okay, we copy Block 6, and we'll be standing by for the doors. Atlantis, I do have a switch throw in R11 when you got somebody there, R11 lower.
Go ahead.
Supply water galley supply valve to open. Talk back open.